Joyrider TV.
That's right, we're from Centro Veladervio and today we're gonna go back to Show Us Your Cat. Welcome.
Yes, that's right. It's Joe here for Joyrider TV with the first episode of this new season of Show Us Your Cat. Thanks to all the guys from Centro Veladervio, Lake Como, Italy for the strong introduction. Dervio was of course the venue for this year's Tornado World Championships, so it seems quite fitting that we start this new season of Show Us Your Cat by taking a look at Scott's and Ron's Tornadoes, which went head to head at the Mid-American Championships earlier this summer. Over to you, Scott.
Fast Furniture racing up in Dallas, and we're going through, so it's a wooden Goujon classic Tornado. So we go through and see pinhead main, classic rudders, boards. We didn't get some of the wax off the hull, we're okay. So we got a treat with this one. We have two wooden Tornadoes racing up in Dallas. We have full tilt, Ron Holmes boat, going with a modern turbo rig and spinnaker. So we've been doing a learning lesson. Both of us tuning on the water yesterday, got one race in 5 to 0 knots of breeze. So you can look at, he has self-tacking jib. We have traditional jib sheets. He has a internal main sheet. I have the traditional 9-to-1, small jib, shorter jib, sailor's end, nice pole, rigged, good jib sheet going forward, running back to the twins. He has his camera going, he'll have the camera going today, bowsprit, teddy bear, dog, whatever it is. So we'll go see how the wind is today, but so we'll see how these two beasts rule the water.
Very nice indeed. So Show Us Your Cat is where we take a look at your boats and where it is that you sail them, as well as a very cool mix of different types of boats. We're going to be finding out the answer to the age-old question: can you still sail your catamaran if you have lost a hull? Now, I can tell you, you'll definitely want to see that. We're heading to Canberra, Australia, to Lake Burley Griffin, where we have Zach and his Hobie Tiger. Zach and his stepdad Alan were previously featured in Show Us Your Cat episode 132, sailing a Hobie 18 Classic. They've recently decided that it's time to upgrade to a more modern design, so switch to the Hobie Tiger. Great choice. Zach said this is one of the early Tigers from the mid-90s, but all of the evidence points to the boat being post-2007. The loose-sided trampoline, the racing-style spreaders, the low-profile round boom, self-tacking jib and spinnaker chute, and there's no separate bow tang for the spinnaker pole bridles, and then possibly the biggest giveaway is the latest shape of rudder blades and gudgeons. Now, of course, these could have all been upgrades to an older boat, but the one that gives it away is the gudgeon change, as this would have involved re-drilling the holes. They've got a custom-made trailer so they can travel to events around the southeast of Australia, and it really does look like there's some cooking competition to be had. The Tiger really is a great choice, and this one looks immaculate, especially with that newer mainsail on there and the reimagined style hobiecat logo. Thanks again for sending in those pictures. Great times ahead on that bad boy. If you want to be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat, then yes, big or small, fast or slow, new or old, the Joyrider global community wants to see your boat and where it is that you sail it. So all you need to do is check out the description below, and yes, you'll be featured in an upcoming episode of Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So next we're heading to Maui in the Hawaiian Islands, where we have John and Billy, who are absolutely sending it on this 2006 Hobie Bravo. John and Billy are surfers who were looking for a new way to get to otherwise inaccessible breaks around the coast of Maui. So 6 months ago they bought this Bravo named Na'alele. Since getting the boat, they've discovered that sailing the Bravo is all that they want to do, and you really can see why. This really does look like a lot of fun. The strong trade winds on Maui have made for a pretty steep learning curve, but coming from a surfing background has meant that John and Billy have had the confidence to take it on and discover so many places around the coast. Big benefit of the Bravo is that it is small enough just to chuck it on the roof of your Hilux to go to whichever beach you fancy. There's not such a large catamaran sailing community on the island of Maui, so it didn't take long for John to meet up with Ryan, who's been featured on Joyrider TV in the past. So here we are back on board. John and Billy were sailing the south coast of Maui when an unexpected squall came in and turned the conditions from champagne into survival within minutes. Fortunately, there was a small beach just big enough for the Bravo between the rocks, where they could catch a wave and surf her all the way in, and then wait it out until a couple of hours later they were able to get back upwind against 20-knot winds and 3-foot waves for what seemed like forever. But it's experiences like that which really make you a better sailor. So thanks again to John and Billy for showing us how much fun you can have with a Bravo. Now, question for you. Do you like to sail fast? There is still time to get involved with the 2023 Global Speed Stick Competition. The Speed Stick Competition is where you go out sailing, take with you a GPS device, see how fast you can go, and then send me the results. Then we have a global leaderboard. Check out the link to that leaderboard just here. Even if you're not hitting the big speeds, you can see it as competing against yourself. So every time you go out, you could try to beat your previous speed on the leaderboard. All the details of how to get involved, again, are in the description below. Now we're heading to Pennsylvania, USA, to Pymatuning Sailing Club, where we have Bobby, who has been sailing this 1980 Hobie 16 with the Tequila Sunrise sails. Bobby says it's been a great boat, but unfortunately not something he could take people for a ride on. This is due to Bobby being 6'8" and 255 pounds. So to enable Bobby to take people out with him, he recently purchased this Hobie 21 SE. It was love at first sail, fast, stable, and with enough volume and space to share the ride with as many people as he'd like. So here we are on board with Bobby's wife Laurie. She wasn't a fan of sailing the Hobie 16, always on the edge of pitch poling, but she now enjoys the 21 as it is very stable and smooth even when at speed. If you didn't know, the Hobie 21 SE has a 10-foot beam plus the wings, which makes it even wider than a Tornado. It has spring-loaded centerboards that can be retracted by pulling a cord, and then comes as standard with a spinnaker. And here we are on board with Bobby's good friend Dave,
Yes.
pulling the strings. Thanks very much, Bobby, for showing us your cats. So, do you know what is one of the most common questions I get asked? Is it, how can I sail faster and get better results? Yes, that is right. One of the easiest ways to get more boat speed out of your boat, especially at a competition, is by having custom made matching gear. Oh, enough of that. So let's now head to France to see, is it possible to keep sailing once you've lost a hull? Yes, we're heading to France, to Lorient in Brittany, where we have Nathan, who along with his fellow sailing instructors, Gabriel, Jeremy, Melial and Theo, like to do some pretty out there things with boats during the summer. One of the main challenges was going to be how to hold the mast up with the windward hull missing. The solution that they came up with was to use an old boom lashed to the side beam so that the shroud and the bridle wire could be attached. The construction was reinforced with an extra piece of mast section salvaged from an old monohull. After much anticipation and waiting for the right conditions, the day finally arrived to this monocat's maiden voyage. A powerboat was very much necessary to get the boat back on the wrong tack, for safety, but most importantly, to record this incredible event. It was decided to set off with Nathan as the helmsman on the windward side and his friend Theo to assist, lifting where the hull would have been more easily. Nathan said it proved too difficult to maintain focus on the transition to the trapeze without a trampoline, which led to the first capsize. The capsize proved to cost quite a lot of time. We can see Nathan already on the trapeze, stretched out on the Zodiac's inflatable sponson. As the hull begins to lift, you can see as the boat accelerates, oh no. No need for someone on the leeward side this time.
Oh là là, magnifique.
Absolutely amazing skills there on display. You can see the amount of main sheet that Nathan has to play to keep that boat from crashing back down where there is no hull available. The full send, of course, wouldn't be available with this configuration due to there not being any hull available to step back onto. He says when he was flying a hull high, it was very strange as the boat really seemed reluctant to come back down due to the lack of the weight of that windward hull, which meant the point of no return for the capsize was much earlier than it would be with the normal boat. I think we can all agree that this is one of the most incredible things we've ever seen on Joyrider TV. So a big round of applause and a Hobie salute goes to Nathan, Gabriel, Jeremy, Melial and Theo.
attention, attention.
Attends, je suis en mode caméraman, merde.
Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you soon with some more on Joyrider TV.